Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. And tonight I want to share my experience with a little single from Michael Jackson called Blood on the Dance Floor, which is what I'm showing you right here. Blood on the Dance Floor was the first single from History in the Mix, which is a follow-up album to Michael Jackson's History Past, Present, and Future Book 1. And this album was released in 1997 with some remixes, some remixed songs from the previous album, and some new ones like Blood on the Dance Floor, Ghosts, Is It Scary? And as I zoom out, I want you to notice that I have 3 of the same single. Now the story with this is pretty interesting, and it goes a little like this. So when I was looking for this single, I was looking for the whole album, but it was quite expensive. It was very pricey. So I said, well, I'm gonna settle just for the single, for Blood on the Dance Floor. And I found this one right here. They're in order of purchase from left to right. So I got this one first, and when it arrived, it was warped. This little guy arrived warped. So I really couldn't send it back because in Puerto Rico, you kind of don't get the luxury of ground shipping back to the United States. So I said, well, I'm going to keep it. Maybe I'll use it as a display or something. And I found another one on eBay. This one right here in the middle. And it was at the same price. So it was a fair price. So I got a second one. And guess what? It's warped. Both of these guys are warped. And I have to wonder, did they make these warped on purpose, or am I just the black sheep? I don't know. But given that this single was released in 1997, it was at a time when vinyl wasn't too popular. Everybody was buying CDs, cassettes. Vinyl records were really almost out of the picture. Like very, very, very few artists released their albums on vinyl. So finding a 7-inch single from 1997 is quite a treat. So at the time, I said, well, I have 2 of them. I can probably try and straighten up one of those, the one that's most messed up. And if I ruin it, well, I still have another one. And so I said, well, I have a conventional oven. Why don't I put it in the oven and put something flat on it? Maybe it'll work. Well, guess what? Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You're crazy. You're going to ruin it. That's not how you do it. And yeah, you're right. I ruined it. I put it in the oven, and I guess what I used wasn't heavy enough, and I ruined the whole thing. So right now this is useless. And so I decided to go to the hardware store and get myself a heating gun. And then I went to a glass store and I bought 2 13 by 13 glass panes, really thick ones. And I did the heating gun thing. And I sandwiched this guy between the 2 glass panes, and I started using the heating gun over a period of 30 minutes. And then I put some heavy things on top of the upper glass pane, and I let it cool down. And like 3 or 4 hours later, after everything was cooled down, I went back and I reheated the glass panes, and I repeated the whole thing. So one day later, I check it up, and it seems to be straight. It seems to be straight enough for me to play. But I noticed that there was a bump, and that bump was too bumpy, so to speak, that I couldn't play the record. And it's just a stupid bump, but it's enough for me to not being able to play it. And that's when I decided to give it a third go. Like, well, 3 times a charm, right? So I went online and I found this one. And this is one of those things that you go like, really, is life trying to punish me for something? Because I bought this and it got lost in the mail. It was supposed to be delivered to my home, but for whatever reason, the United States Postal Service came and tried to deliver the item. They couldn't, for whatever reason. They returned it back to the sender due to incomplete address or something like that. And so I told the sender, hey, you're going to get that item back. When you do, please send it back. I'll pay you the shipping all over again. I just want my item, and I want it safe and sound. So if the address has a typo or whatever, this is the address. Make sure it's correct. Send it back. And due to the coronavirus situation and the lockdown, so I'm at home. There's really no excuse for the USPS to not deliver. So I was very anxious to see what I was gonna get. And guess what? They tried to deliver this item last week, and I look at my email, and I see that they marked the item as delivered. But I checked my mailbox and it's not there. And I was like, wait a minute, something's wrong here. So I was able to talk to the mailman, and he was able to identify that the item had been dropped 2 houses before mine. And I talked to him. He told me, don't worry, I'm going to find it for you and I'm going to bring it back. And here it is. It's finally here. And I was already expecting the worst. I was expecting this thing to be warped, scratched, nicked, bent, shattered to pieces. But miraculously, like I said, 3rd time's a charm. This thing is in perfect working order. It's in pristine condition. I cleaned it up with my trusty vinyl vac for 7-inch records. And it sounds perfect. Unfortunately, I am unable to play it for you because of the copyright issues and whatnot. But as an added bonus, the seller was more than generous enough to include, along with Blood on the Dance Floor, Pebbles, Girlfriend. Maybe I can play this one. I'm really not too confident that anybody will claim copyright for this song, so maybe I can upload it to my channel. Who knows? This one is in perfect working order. It sounds perfect. And he also included Jody Watley, Friends on side A, and Private Life on side B. And this record is also in excellent working condition. So I got 3 records for the price of 1, or should I say I got 3 for the price of these 2 and this one. I don't know. I guess in the long run, I ended up having a good purchase because I have 3 perfectly working records, and these 2, well, one of those, I don't know what I'm going to do with that one. That one's ruined. This one I'm just going to keep. And there you go. That's my story with Blood on the Dance Floor. It's a great song. If you haven't heard it, just go online, look it up. You're gonna have fun with the music video. And if you haven't watched the music video for Ghosts from the same album, just go online and search for Ghosts. The entire music video is about 30 minutes long. You're gonna love it. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching. And if you haven't done so yet, click the subscribe button below. Every time I upload a video, you'll get notified. So if you like this content and if you want more, just stay tuned, click subscribe. And thank you again. I'll see you next time.